Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Our next guests are in the business of education. They educate people like me on how to best pay for their kids' college educations.
They also share hard-hitting facts about the most common and very costly mistakes that many families make when planning for college. Chad Harbeck and JW Hyndman are college funding specialists with integrated college planning, and they got all the deets. Good to see you guys.
Hello.
Yeah, so good. So this is the thing. People are freaking out. Molly's freaking out. Parents are freaking out. Grandparents are freaking out. When should parents?
Everybody's freaking out.
Everybody's freaking out about college.
Molly should not be freaking out.
I know, but she's got 2 more that need to go to college, and so she's freaking out. She's thinking about, like, you know.
She really honestly shouldn't freak out.
I agree. I agree. But when should parents start thinking about this?
Well, you know, the financial aid, when you can file your financial aid forms, is moved up, so it's probably pushed the timeline further, you know, up. So sophomore.
Ooh, that's going to freak people out.
Junior year. Right.
But the thing is, doing it early like that, if you get on board, you know these things, that's going to make it probably less stressful in the long run.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think proactivity is always the best process. But I mean, as far as when we start to really see it ramp up for families, junior year is when they start going on the college visits and fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
be specific. What are some of the most common and costly mistakes that parents make as it relates to planning for college?
Well, lately it's waiting too long to get started in the process. You know, realistically, you know, you should think about getting all of your applications done by November 1st and your financial aid forms in no later than December 1st.
And why are those timelines important?
Because the colleges give out the money on a first come, first served basis. So you don't want to wait till January of their senior year to fill out your financial aid forms.
And take the scraps that are left over.
Right.
You want the big bucket to begin with.
So should those be junior year or senior year?
Well, no, the senior year.
Senior year, but they should be done by November 1st.
The application process by November 1st of the senior year.
Okay.
And financial aid forms in December 1st of their senior year.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So we teased earlier EFC, and that's an important thing that people need to know. What does it stand for, and what do they have to know about it?
well, the EFC stands for Expected Family Contribution, and the biggest part of knowing your EFC is really being proactive and knowing that this is approximately what college is going to cost you if you look at private institutions. That helps you to really be armed with, okay, this is what our out-of-pocket's going to be per year, and then that number actually can be divided in some scenarios, Molly, where you have multiple children that are going to be in school. Yeah. So knowing that actually can help you to know approximately what it's going to cost out of college or at an institution that you're looking at.
You do these free workshops. What do you share with parents that is perhaps most surprising to them at those?
Just the overall process, because I think as you go through this process, I think a lot of families are like, where do I start? What is the process? What's the timeline? And what can we expect?
What are you seeing in terms of like essays and reference letters? Are there tips that that are important for teens and students to know when they're looking to fill out those parts of the applications?
We really don't handle the application process, but the references, we recommend that they get them by the end of their junior year going into their senior year, or at least request them.
Before they start skipping school.
Before they,
I'm kidding.
Before all the fun stuff starts happening.
Before the senior year, because what ends up happening is that the poor teachers are inundated September of the senior year saying, hey, I need references. And
a lot of teachers actually have capped how many they'll give out. We're finding that out too. So you want to make sure you're, again, you're getting in there first, be proactive on a first come, first served basis. It's just the best practice.
So you don't handle the application process of colleges. So that's like things like the essay, the recommendation letters, the ACT, SAT. What you do is the funding part, the paying for it part. And one of the things I think that's most valuable about the services that you provide is helping people understand where there's free money. Those colleges that are most likely to give your child based on their GPA, their SAT, their ACT, all those things, you look at all those things and those things are important, but you help people find where the money is.
Right. So exactly. That's
Yeah.
what we do. So we basically, when you start talking about different institutions, they're going to have different amounts of money that they'd be willing to give your child. And no institution is the same. So what we found is that some colleges will give out a ton of money and some colleges give out nothing.
Yeah.
So arming the parents with that information while they go on these college visits, it's really helpful so that they know, okay, well, we're going to go to this school, we're going to check it out, and we're not going to end up having to pay an arm and a leg.
Right.
Even though it says, the sticker shock is that it says it's a $70,000 a year institution, it's really only going to cost you $15,000, $16,000, $25,000 a year.
I think that information arms you with a whole different world of opportunities for your child to go to college. You've got these free college funding workshops, as we mentioned, coming up January 21st at 6:30 in Oconomowoc and Hales Corners, 22nd at 6:30 in West Bend and Pewaukee, and then the 23rd at 6 o'clock Oak Creek and 6:30 in Whitefish Bay. That's where you're going to learn a lot of overall information, and you can learn more by just scheduling an appointment with Integrated College Planning by calling them at 262-574-9242, and you can learn more there. They do free college funding workshops and free consultations as well by calling them.
And I just wanted to say one thing in closing. I hope this is okay with you guys, and that is you helped me with my oldest daughter go to an out-of-state private school for the same cost as an in-state state school.
And that surprises a lot of people. Yeah.
It's a big deal.
And we plan on doing that for the rest of you.
Okay, don't let me down, guys.
No more stress. They got you covered.
Thanks so
guys.
much, you guys. We appreciate it.